Hello everybody, this is Solar Tiger with another crypto mining video. This is the first week in September of 2022 and this is a follow-up to some of the other videos I made. So this is my setup where I'm mining cryptocurrency, and as I said before, I'm mining Monero because I'm mining with a CPU. I am not mining with any graphics cards, so this is all CPU mining. And I've been mining using different computers, fairly cheap computers. So here is a Asus Chromebox 3, and this is a Dell 3020, and I did buy an MSI AMD Ryzen 5 5600G that cost about £300 that I bought on eBay, and I was mining with all three of these on a pool called Monero Ocean, and with all three of them going I was doing about 7 or 8 kilohashes per second. But the issue here is that for the Dell 3020 and the Ryzen 5 5600G, they were running off the mains and I was paying electrical charges for them. And at the moment in the UK we are facing high utility charges for electricity, and at the moment I'm paying about 16 or 17 pence per kilowatt hour. And out of the three, only this Chromebox 3 was running on solar power, so I was not paying any charges to run this device. And I've been mining Monero on Monero Ocean for several months now, and I'm only on 0.026 of a Monero, which is worth about £3 or £4 at this time of recording. So anyway, what I really wanted to do was mine cryptocurrency only using solar power, and the only one of these that I can run using solar is this Asus Chromebook 3. So I'm just going to concentrate on that. So this is a Asus Chromebox 3. It has the i7 processor, the 8550U processor. It has 4 cores and 8 megabytes of level 3 cache, so I can run all 4 cores on this when I want to mine Monero. I can use 4 CPU cores on this machine. On the Dell, I have only enough level 3 cache to run 3 cores, so that's not so good. Also, it's a slower processor that's in that one. So this Intel i7 8550U has a base speed of 1.8 gigahertz. I think the turbo on this goes up to about 2.4 gigahertz, if I remember rightly from running it. I'm mining using Epsam Rig, and you need 2 megabytes of level 3 cache for each CPU core that you can use. So that is that. So this Chromebox has been upgraded. If I come to the screen up here, I apologise for the reflection of the camera flash, but you can see that we have Intel Core i7 8550U CPU, at a base speed of 1.8 gigahertz. You can see above it that we have 10 gigabytes of RAM. Originally the machine only had 4 gigabytes. So it had two 2 gigabyte modules. So I took out one of the 2 gigabyte modules and replaced it with an 8 gig one. And so I now have 10 gigabytes of RAM. I also replaced the hard drive, the SSD, it's a M.2 SATA SSD, and I replaced the 32 gig one with a 128 gig one that I got for about £11 off of eBay. This system runs Linux. We're on Ubuntu 22. It's a 64-bit operating system. So that's what is in the machine. Now, as I said, this machine runs off of solar. When I bought it, I never got a power supply with it. So that was one thing. So what I did is I bought a 12 volt laptop power supply, a multi-voltage power supply. If I come down here, it's down here. We're running with this. It takes 12 volts in from a cigarette lighter socket, and you can choose different voltages, and I have it set at 19 volts. This unit's capable of doing 120 watts, but the Chromebox only consumes about 30 watts. On the bottom of this unit is a rating plate, and it says that you should use a 90 watt power supply. It's 19 volts at about nearly 4 amps, I believe. It says you should use a 90 watt power supply. But you'll see if I come to my solar power monitoring system, you focus a bit, focus. You see here the DC power says 36 watts. Well, that's the Chromebox. And focus. And this 10 watt LED floodlight that is illuminating my aquarium. So that's about 10 watts. So, and then the Chromebox itself draws about 26 to 30 watts. So this runs on 30 watts. Focus. So I have a 12 volt solar power system. I have solar panels on the top of my shed. There's 3 100 watt solar panels. Just focus. Yep. The 3 panels at the top there. And inside this cupboard is a solar charging system. And inside this box there are 3 12 volt storage batteries that supply this cigarette lighter socket that powers the car laptop adapter, and the other end of that is plugged into the back of the Chromebox. So anyway, that's what we have. This is a 7-inch monitor that I am monitoring things with. I also have VNC server set up on this, so I can monitor it from my phone, tablet and my downstairs computer. But anyhow, if we go back, or rather if we go to here, anyway, so I am mining Monero as a coin. I apologise for the reflection of the camera flash, but anyway, I went online to a mining calculator and I filled in the following details. I have a hashing speed of roughly 2 kilohashes as an average. I've set the power consumption to 0 because we're running on solar and it's free, so that takes out the power cost out of it. So if I was mining on a pool like Monero Ocean, then this is my profitability. I would make 6p per day, 44p per week, 189 per month, and 22.95 per year. Now read at the bottom that in a whole year I would mine 0.1477 Moneros, and that's not a lot. So my computer cost me about £80. I bought some parts for it, as I said, so it owns me near £100. So mining with that would take me about 5 years to recoup my cost, and that's not very impressive. So I thought that I would try something different. I apologise for the focus keeps changing. So what I decided then was that I would go solo. I would go into solo mining. Now the thing with pool mining is that you get a steady income. Be it high or low, a few p a week, a few p a day, pounds per day, depending on what rig you have, your income is consistent. In other words, every day it will go up by a set amount. But with the equipment I have, as I said, it would take about 5 years to recoup the cost of my miner. So I decided that I would try solo mining. Now, understand that solo mining is a lot harder than pool mining, especially if you have low powered equipment. Now, the thing with solo mining is that you are attempting to find the whole Monero block by yourself, whereas with pool mining you're joining any number of other people to combine your hashing power to find a Monero block. And of course, the more people you have, the greater chances of finding a Monero block. The downside is that everybody then shares the reward of the block reward, which is about 0.6 Moneros. And if you had to split that between hundreds or thousands of people, you will get very little. Now, in solo mining, you have to find the whole block by yourself, which means you won't find many blocks, especially with the machine that I have. But if you do find a Monero block, you get the whole reward to yourself. i.e., if I managed to find a block, I would get 0.6 Moneros there and then, which at the moment is worth about 70 to 80 pounds, which is a good chunk of the value of my miner. So what I did is I joined a website, a pool, a solo mining pool, and the pool that I joined was 2miners.com. And they have different solo pools for different currencies, and I joined the solo pool for Monero. Now it says here at the moment that if I win a block, then I get 0.5911 Monero, which has a current value of 79.74 pounds. Okay, the deal here is that there is a pool fee of 1%, so they deduct that if you win a block, so that's why you get slightly less. If you get a block, you get to keep the whole lot. So, but it may take you months or even years to find a Monero block if you're mining by yourself with low powered equipment. So you'll get a bigger reward, but there might be a long wait to get it. So that's what I'm going to do. This is also called lottery mining because you're taking a gamble. You might get lucky, you might find a block within a couple of days, a couple of weeks, a few months, or you might not find one in a few years. but that's all just to gamble. So this is what I'm doing. If you have any comments or suggestions, then please leave them below. And until next time, this is Solar Tiger saying thank you for watching. By the way, it's a lot quieter in this video because the Dell is not running. The Dell has the most noisy CPU fan in it ever. So I'm not sure if this Chromebox actually has a fan in it, but it's very quiet. It doesn't seem to overheat, and that's good. So that's a few more things. Obviously, originally this Chromebox came with Chrome OS, and that's all for now. So thank you for watching. Goodbye.